All right, so we got the budget tonight, and how many people are going into this budget saying, "What is a budget?" Don't really understand it. Let's talk about it. Stay tuned.
I'm the ringleader, so listen up.
Ah,
Good morning.
Billy, the old man in a young man's body. Can you tell us what a budget is?
By definition, a federal budget refers to the budget introduced by a government in an election year, often designed to appeal to voters. These budgets typically include policies aimed at winning public support, such as tax cuts, cost of living benefit relief, infrastructure spending, etc., etc.
So it's a positive thing.
It's supposed to be framed up that way, but there's 5 real takeaways that we're going to unpack this morning, how it will impact real estate and why it's relevant to the everyday Aussie. Because it is big news. Like, it's sometimes just one of those headlines that you see in the news going, I don't really care, not really going to impact me, but this one will.
So this is, and it's at a time when it's just pre an election. So they're going to really try to turn it on. So we could have some good news tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
I think you're definitely expecting good news.
Wow.
What I want to know from an agent of 30 years is, does the federal budget stick in the calendar like a date where people get nervous or they stop doing things for, a little bit like other days in the year?
Yeah, a little bit. Not as much as rate rises or rate reductions. People don't hold their breath as much. Like over the years, it's been like a fart in the wind, or it's been like, oh my god, that's such good news for real estate. I've got a feeling we're going to see them really try to turn it on and do and introduce some amazing stuff. So I think it's going to be good news, Billy, for the property market all round. I know they always address it, but I've got a feeling this is going to be a couple of tiers of goodness. Stages of goodness.
Yeah, I've done a bit of research, and from my research, I see it's tailored a lot towards helping the entry level price points, and again, a big focus on first home ownership.
Tell me more what we should expect, Billy, the old man, a young man's body.
So, number one, there's a big boost for first home buyers. There's new grants, but they've changed the shared equity scheme. So eligible first home buyers, specifically key workers, can get into their home with as little as a 2% deposit. So that's a massive, massive change. That's the help to buy scheme. And it's where the government actually contributes part of the ownership, up to 30% for existing homes, 40% for new homes. So that's a big change, but also the income, like the income thresholds for those eligible couples, they've moved from 100,000 for a single, they've been increased to 100,000 for a single and 160,000 for a couple. So like they're big changes, but also the price points. They've increased the price points again for what's eligible up to $1.3 million for Sydney, because the problem here, the problem here for a lot of people was they couldn't earn, like they earned too much money to meet the eligibility, and the properties they wanted to buy were too expensive. So that's a big change.
That's good. So first home buyers will be able to buy first homes in Sydney. Sounds logical. Number two, they're supercharging housing supply. There is a massive budget allocated to modular housing. So it's like prefabricated. Yeah, modular.
So it's 49.3 million in prefabricated modular homes.
So the whole thing with modular that I thought is people don't really care if it's, as long as they've got decent accommodation. They don't really care whether it's solid. So that whole modular thing I think is pretty clever because it's fast and it's cheap and people like it.
It's 50% quicker. Cuts build time
Yeah.
by 50%. So
It's
that does,
probably 50% the cost as well.
yeah. So
Build a 2-3 better. It's in the backyard. Why not?
again, from my research, you could expect to see about 4.7 million of these nationally.
Oh, that's a big number.
It's a big number, yeah. Number 3, there's a real watch for inflation again, and you're going to see energy relief.
Is that George, the air conditioning guy in the background?
Yeah, can you hear him?
It's like he's working on a building site. Well,
Yeah.
he is at the moment.
He is.
Noisy surge. Sorry about that.
That's okay. But number 3, so interest rates and inflation watch, but specifically energy bill relief. There's going to be a $150 rebate for households.
They love that. They love putting that in. That must be really. It goes in every election.
Yeah, it's big. Number 4, tax and investment changes. They're looking at negative gearing. Could change the investor landscape.
Well, making it better or worse?
The Treasury is reviewing negative gearing rules. No immediate changes, but future policies may shift. Investors should stay prepared.
It's good news for more housing, not?
And then the support for renters, and again, affordable homes. That seems to be the biggest thing, affordability. There's more homes, more help. $1.9 billion set aside for affordable housing. 40,000 new social and affordable homes funded. That's an extra $1 billion to states and housing projects. Massive money.
Yeah, wow. Well, there's the budget coming tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I guess the idea of the budget, from what Billy's telling us, is to win people's hearts. So everyone should be pretty excited rather than scared, because normally the word budget is not a positive word. when you bring the word around budget, it's like, all right. But it's not like that at all tonight. And anything else you want to add, Billy Bob?
No, I'll do a quick summary for you. In summary, first home buyers, bigger grants and deposit schemes, investors, possible tax changes on the horizon, and renters, more funding and assistance available.
And some modular housing.
Yeah, look, I only see this as a bit of a positive, to be honest. They're trying to address key issues in the housing market, which for a lot of people seems to be affordability, access to stock, and relieving a bit of pressure.
Yeah, that's hot. All right, cool.
We've wrapped that up in under 10 minutes. Very efficient this morning.
Very efficient. We'll see you on the other end tomorrow. And yeah, what did you say, Billy?
Well, I was going to say, any questions, drop a message in here, because you're covering this tonight, are you? Separate topic? Tune in?
No.
Okay. Tomorrow morning, I'm sure.
Yeah.
If
What's
needed.
the breakdown?
Yeah, you can do a breakdown.
Yeah, sick.
Yeah, nice. Okay.
All right.
Have a good day.
Well, fingers crossed. I'm a bit excited about it.
Yeah. Seems like good news.
Yeah. All right. Have a great day.
You too.
Yeah.